In the golden light of a late afternoon, a young lion cub stood trembling at the edge of a steep rock. His tiny golden fur rippled in the wind as he nervously looked down at the steep drop. His small paws scrambled for a firm grip, but the loose rocks beneath him shifted dangerously, threatening to send him tumbling into the depths below. The cub let out a frightened cry, his big brown eyes wide with fear, hoping someone, anyone, would come to his rescue. Below the rock, a fluffy white rabbit with soft fur and bright blue eyes was peacefully hopping along the savannah, nibbling on some grass. Suddenly, the rabbit's ears twitched. He heard the distressed call. The rabbit's eyes shot up towards the cliff, and his heart skipped a beat when he saw the cub in danger. Without hesitation, the rabbit bounded toward the steep rock, determined to save the young lion. The rabbit paused for a moment at the base of the rock, staring up at the steep climb ahead. Though small and fragile, the rabbit was not deterred. With courage in its heart, the rabbit began climbing. His paws, though tiny, were steady, gripping each small ledge with care. He hopped from rock to rock, his long ears flapping slightly as he balanced his body. High above, the lion cub watched in awe. The cub's little heart pounded in his chest, torn between fear and hope. The rabbit, so much smaller and weaker than any other creature he had seen, was determined to help him. Slowly but surely, the rabbit made its way closer, despite the tricky terrain and the wind that occasionally ruffled its fur. At last, the white rabbit reached the top where the frightened cub was standing. The cub was visibly shaking, but the rabbit, calm and focused, approached him gently. The rabbit nudged the cub away from the crumbling edge of the cliff, guiding him towards a safer path. With each step, the cub followed the rabbit closely, his paws slipping occasionally, but always caught by the steady rabbit. The descent was difficult. Loose rocks and uneven surfaces made every step a challenge, but the rabbit's confidence helped the cub feel braver. Together, they carefully made their way down the steep rock, with the rabbit leading and the cub following, inch by inch. Their bond strengthened as they faced the challenge together. Finally, the two reached the bottom of the cliff, where the grassy savannah stretched out before them. The lion cub, still trembling from the ordeal, turned to the rabbit with gratitude in his wide brown eyes. He gently nuzzled the fluffy rabbit, rubbing his golden fur against the rabbit's soft white coat. At that moment, the cub's mother, a majestic lioness, appeared from behind a nearby tree. She had been watching the whole scene from a distance, and now approached with pride in her eyes. The lioness bent her head toward the rabbit in a gesture of deep gratitude. The rabbit smiled, its ears twitching slightly in response. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow across the land, the rabbit and the lion cub stood side by side, their bond of friendship sealed forever. The cub, feeling safe once again, looked at the rabbit and whispered, "Thank you." Together, with the lioness watching over them, they all walked off into the sunset, a newfound friendship blossoming in the heart of the savannah.